All right, it's been a scary back and forth for federal workers. Last month, President Trump fired more than 1,000 national parks employees across the country, including a handful across the 9 national parks in the greater Bay Area. Then yesterday, a federal judge in San Francisco ruled those workers who were with the Department of the Interior need to be reinstated. As the battle plays out, it's not just layoffs. National parks are also dealing with funding cuts and temporary hiring freezes. And some private groups are now trying to pick up the slack. Our Lauren Toms went to Fort Mason, a national park right here in our own backyard, to learn about the potential impact of these cuts.
We're right here in a national park where the views are tremendous. When you look across the bay and you see those hills that are green, they don't have houses on them because people decided it was best for them to be for all of us. The hills, the nature, the birds.
Each day, as Chris Leonards gazes across the Golden Gate National Recreation Area, she's reminded of why these parks are so protected in the first place. But now, deep federal cuts threaten to chip away at the very foundation of that protection. Chris is the president of the Golden Gate National Parks Conservancy, a nonprofit that helps fund education, protection, and restoration efforts within the park. She says while the funding helps with these efforts, it's the people that matter.
You lose a child on a trail, you have to have a park ranger who can go and find that child and reunite them with their family. The Natural Resources Department here lost 7 out of their 10 employees who are biological technicians who monitor the endangered species, who make sure that the conditions of this park are protected and preserved forever. So we're working together with the Park Service to say, what can we do?
More than 1,000 national park workers have been fired nationwide. At least 10 of those were with the Golden Gate National Recreation Area, which spans 90 miles from Marin to San Mateo County. And officials with the Conservancy say 50 more jobs are on the line. A federal hiring freeze could also put crucial summer safety resources like fire protection and the training of search and rescue teams at risk. And that has some park regulars like Misia Serafino worried.
I think we're going to be able to hire firefighters because it makes sense. But as we've found, there isn't a whole lot of logic, unfortunately, right now with the way things are going.
And for volunteers like Kim Harrison, these cuts aren't just about jobs. They're about the safety of visitors, including climbers like herself.
Even if they aren't firing people with this hiring freeze, that means that there are all of these open positions that are not able to, fill these duties, which can have direct impacts on safety of people who are navigating these parks.
And as government funding falters, the pressure to fill in the gaps is increasingly falling to private groups and volunteers like the Golden Gate National Parks Conservancy, who Chris says are up to the task.
I think in a lot of ways, the national parks are kind of a love letter to America. And that love shines through in the way we support those national parks.
Keeping the parks alive through the passion of the people who love them.